So you're thinking of buying a gaming console in 2026. I'm here to tell you right now that that's a bad idea. And I'm not going to beat around the bush about why it's a bad idea either. One word: subscriptions. Whoever made subscriptions a thing really has a special place in you know where. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much consoles actually cost you every year. Do you remember when you could play an entire game right out of the box? Pepperidge Farm remembers. We had to spend $50 to $60 and it was oh so worth it. No stupid DLC or having to buy the second half of the game for another $40. It was crammed into one cartridge or CD depending on how old you are, you old geezer. That even reminds me of renting DVDs that could play a movie and you didn't have to pay extra just to see the credits. But those were the good old days. Most of us didn't even need an internet connection or log into any stupid server just to play a video game that we already paid for. I mean, what the heck is it about games and needing an internet connection? If it's a single player game, let me play in peace. Although we have to admit that the internet for gaming was a double-edged sword. One of the best and worst things that came out of the birth of the World Wide Web was online play. You didn't need to be in the same room as your friends to play, you just needed a really long LAN cable and you're set. By this time, dial-up was a thing of the past, although speeds weren't really amazing. But the beauty of it was that you could literally play with someone who's thousands of miles from you, which meant that you could keep a connection with your friends and it wasn't totally weird because you're playing video games online, right? This capability to play online was kept mostly free, basically the pre-Netflix/Spotify era. And I know we already had subscriptions before that, but it wasn't accepted as the norm, alright? It was more for niche users who wanted a unique experience. Nowadays, every platform has subscriptions and gaming has one of the worst ones. Did you know that the PlayStation Plus Premium sub would cost you $159.99 a year? Or how about an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for a year? That's $360 at $29 a month. Nintendo's the cheapest at around $50 a year, but it's not like they have the most amazing games out there other than your nostalgia hits. The one thing that has kept them all strong has been console exclusives. And this is where things get muddled. You see, it's part of owning a particular brand. You're never gonna see Super Smash Bros. On the PlayStation or the Xbox. That's just how it goes. So if you want to punch Pikachu in the face, get the Nintendo Switch. The same case can be made for PlayStation that had Spider-Man and Xbox that owned Halo. And man, how good was Halo, right? That was the one thing that made getting Xbox worth it, although times have changed for at least some of these exclusives. Which brings me to what you should actually buy instead of a console: a flippin' gaming PC. Sure, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo fanboys can talk about exclusives all day long, but given time, most of these games are ported to PC anyway, although I have to preface that with the fact that GTA 5 took 19 months to be ported to PC, so it really depends on your patience, but hey, your wallet will thank you. Because this brings us back to those darn subscriptions. Did you know that most, if not all, of the games on Steam don't need a stupid subscription to play online? And that is the game changer, folks. That is the straw that's gonna break that camel's back. Valve has already confirmed that the Steam hardware lineup is expanding this year, including a return of the Steam Machine branding. Details are still thin, but the direction is clear. The best part is that Steam always has sales for games. This makes it much more economically efficient, and sure, other consoles have sales though, but they freaking charge you just so you can play with your friends. Not to mention the continuity of PC gaming having Steam Deck on their side. I mean, that's just poetry. So that is it, boys and girls, the truth behind getting a gaming console in 2026. And believe me, this is all very, very subjective. But you have to admit, there's a lot of logic behind what I talked about, right? Now, at the end of the day, it's your flippin' wallet. You can do with it what you want, but know that you watched until the end and you know what you are in for. That's all for today. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Toodaloos.